Joining me right now is also defense expert Mohammed Ali Shah. I appreciate you joining at this point on the broadcast, sir. What exactly, are your first thoughts on what has been unfolding as the Israel Hezbollah conflict, gathers more tension? Because in the first public address, Major Shah, right now, since the recent device explosions, the Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah has also said and condemned Israel for accusing of crossing all the limits and committing the war crimes.
Right, Simran, I would begin by quoting Hassan Nasrallah, who's the Hezbollah's leader, who said Israel crossed a red line this week after bombing and widely blaming on Israel, in which hundreds of pagers and walkie-talkies used by Hezbollah were remotely detonated in Lebanon and Syria. Now, this is indeed alarming and it is indeed shocking, actually. On 17th September in the evening, when the news broke out that there has been a deadly attack in Lebanon, so the whole world was shocked. Actually, there was in the 80s, there was a time when suicide bombers, human bombs were used. Thereafter, it was predicted that drones would be the weapon of the future. In Armenia and Azerbaijan war, an entire tank armored corps brigade was wiped out because of drones. They're that deadly. On 2nd January 2020, General Qasem Soleimani, the chief of army staff of Iran, was assassinated in Baghdad by the Americans. Then no one even thought that a cyber attack of this nature could actually take place. In their wildest dreams, no one had thought. At the best, a cyber attack meant, okay, you put virus somewhere, the servers come down, that's it. So you are helpless, you are cut off, there's no internet. Or you send a link and that's a cyber attack. But here, imagine a cyber attack of this magnitude where no gun is used, no bullet fired, no gunpowder is used, no deadly weaponry is used, no soldiers used. There's a Chinese author by the name of Sun Tzu. He wrote a book, The Art of War. The Chinese author and philosopher. He wrote, the acme of a military general is to win wars without fighting. China is specialist in that. So now, psychological warfare, information warfare, cyber warfare, now we are seeing that because Israel is actually very strong in technology. I doubt anyone can beat Israeli technology. In fact, there were a lot of speculations when Iran's head of state he died in a helicopter crash. Whether it was an assassination, whether Israelis had detonated the frequency or whatnot. There was speculation on that because why? There's no smoke without fire. Because the technology that Israel has got, no one can match that. I doubt it. People can match that. So now the very fact is, when an attack of this magnitude takes place, it shows two things. One is human beings created technology. Today, human beings are slaves of what their creation was. They are slaves of technology. A small example for everyone to connect. You see on the road when you're driving, you'll see a simple person crossing the road into his mobile looking at WhatsApp. So we have become entangled, a slave to what we have created. Now there are two things. Artificial intelligence. It's a very, very common thing, a topic of hot discussion. Artificial intelligence. The two major challenges which the world is facing is artificial intelligence and on the lighter side, natural stupidity. Artificial intelligence and natural stupidity. Now, if we rely on artificial intelligence, we become more and more stupid. That's the irony. But keeping that aside, when we talk about this attack, it is in that means no one is safe anywhere in the world. We might think we are not in the war zone. We are sitting somewhere back peacefully in our offices, in our AC offices. But let me tell you, which means your TV screens, your walkie-talkies, your mobile phones, anything can be hacked and anything can explode anytime. No one is safe anywhere. It drives a very, very important message home. And that is, we take life for granted. We think, oh, we have to wake up in the morning, we have to go for work, we have to eat, we'll find our food on the table. No, this ensures us to value life, to see what is the guarantee when you sleep at night, you will wake up in the morning. There's no guarantee to that. And that's exactly how technology has developed. And that advancement of technology, I'm afraid, is going to be used. It's a creation of human beings. It's going to be used against human beings. Now, Hezbollah said, okay, we will go in for an attack on Israel. Israel said we will retaliate. Israel retaliated with 70 deadly airstrikes. 70 deadly airstrikes is like bombardment everywhere happening. It's quite if you see, it's quite an alarming state
Major
actually.
Mohammed. All right, in Major Mohammed Ali Shah, as we can understand that now even the Turkish government has also issued a statement, and Defense Ministry official is saying that the reassessing of the security measures is being conducted for the communication devices that have been used by the armed forces, following the deadly explosions in Lebanon. But at this given point of time, what is exactly the priority for worry whenever we talk about Israel? Because there have been full-blown war that has been now issued by the Israel's defense ministry.
Right, Simran. The Turkey, yes, was very much in the picture earlier also, and Turkey also called Netanyahu's actions, they compared it to Hitler's actions. So Turkey was very much in picture earlier as well. Now, also apart from that, there is France has also come in the picture in the sense that President Emmanuel Macron, he has said himself that he spoke to the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and he told him that a war in Lebanon must be avoided. Adding that a diplomatic path exists, he said that. Escalation is not of anyone's interest and it should not be. So the very fact is, there are other nations who are concerned about what's happening. It is indeed very alarming, concerning, and distressing. It is a lesson for all of us everywhere that nowhere, nothing is safe. If you're thinking you're not in war zone and you are safe, you are sadly mistaken. The war zone, that makes it complete that the world is a war zone. So the very fact, how do we put an end to the conflict in Israel and Gaza? Because of Israel and Gaza, now Lebanon come into play. Hamas, there are Houthi rebels who would be active. There are countries like Saudi Arabia and Syria who had made it very, very clear that our airspace would not be used by Iran for any air attack on Israel. So the very fact is, we are living, the world is ticking on a time bomb. I would call it like that. The world is ticking on a time bomb. It is so dangerous. So when this time bomb will explode, no one knows. It is, I'm not trying to stress anyone out, but it is very, very alarming and distressing. Now, only ways we should enjoy life. Now, don't panic. Live life to
All
its fullest.
right, Major
Yes.
Mohammed Ali Shah, thank you for giving us these updates and, of course, your inputs over the conflict that has been brewing between Israel and Hezbollah.